Hey guys, what is up everybody? Welcome to a new video. In this video we're gonna talk about the motorcycle, which in my opinion one of the best values and the best versatility on the market today. And if you speak about ingredients, it's quite simple. It is the bike which can be used on the road, the bike which can be fun on the road actually. It is a bike which you can take for a long touring. It is a bike which can do gravel a little bit. It is a bike which is same time comfortable. It is a bike which can take some luggage. It can take a pillion because it has quite a bit of space for the pillion as well. Kind of simple approach and simple ergonomics, and it is the most important. It's sort of all-day comfort. It can go anywhere, and it has a good price. So let's take a look how this bike feels on the Serpentines, and you already know this road. It's not the first time we're here on the bikes, right? And when we think about the bike which should be able to do a bit of everything, and ideally it should do those things as good as it can, because you know, versatility comes with some compromises. But I've been riding this Serpentine for a little bit, and you know, this Serpentine is my reference point, as well as Yamaha Tracers. They're also my reference point, especially on such roads. I could tell you that I can feel playful with this motorcycle on such roads. Surprisingly, for an adventure motorcycle, it does a good job, because the problem with the adventure motorcycles is a combination of bigger front wheel, right? Typically it's 19 or even 21, and then you have all that weight a little bit up there, right? So it's top heavy, and when you combine those two things, the bike being top heavy plus a larger front wheel, you actually need to do a little bit of work to do through the turns. It's not the same things when you have sport touring bike with 17 front wheel, which honestly speaking you don't really need to work much to put it into the turn, because it just goes there itself. Where with adventure bikes that can be an issue. But frankly speaking, yeah, I'm surprised. I would not say this bike feels like a sport tourer, but I would say it feels playful. So you can have fun with this bike on Serpentines, on twisty roads. What is also interesting, because it's sort of adventure style bike, or it is adventure motorcycle, and it has upright sitting position. But when you do a little bit of speed, when you try to push it a little bit harder, you sort of can feel yourself on a Street Fighter. So you lean forward, you get this you know, feel of Suzuki, what is GSXR or GS6, I don't remember the markings, but I mean Street Fighter bikes. It accelerates well, braking power is good, so you have really good feedback from the brakes when you brake in. So I would say you can definitely have fun with this bike on twisties, and you of course can enjoy such views, right? More or less in same category you have Tiger 850, which in my opinion also really good package, and I feel disappointed that Triumph decided to discontinue that bike, because honestly speaking, if they do a little bit of branding, if they do a little bit of marketing, that is such a sweet package. But I guess for them it was cutting some sales from more expensive bikes like 900 lineup. So then you think about Transalp, then you think about T7, but if you think about those bikes, Transalp is more road biased or road focused motorcycle, which is quite good, and it is also fun to ride. But the biggest issue in my opinion with the motorcycle is that you have tubed wheels, right? Why would you put tube wheels on a motorcycle which is leaning towards road use? I can understand why T7 has tube tires or tube wheels, because yeah, that bike is meant to do a little bit more off-road. It came from off-road background in some way. So I can understand why they keep traditions there and why they keep tube tires. But if you're just, you want a bike and you're not that much motorcycle geek, right? So you just user, and what you want to do any time of the day, you want to sit on the bike, you want to go to the to the grocery store, or you want to ride to the nearest city, or you want to do long miles or a weekend or even week of holiday.
Of course, there is not a sport bike, right? It's not even Street Fighter. But once you pick up a little bit of speed, yeah, you actually want to lean forward. You want to kind of play with this bike, which is surprising me. It's not so typical for for adventure style motorcycles. And for some reason, the ergonomics of this bike is designed in a way that it allows you to do so. I do feel vibrations, to be honest. Those which come not through the handlebar, they actually vibrate the entire bike. And you can notice them. Yeah, I would say that the comfortable speed for this bike may be 90, 100, something like that. I would not expect it to be on highway for 120, 140 or more kilometers per hour. It can do that, but there is a point when it's already a little bit uncomfortable. That's how I feel. Look at this beautiful weather. Yeah, so up to 100 this bike shines, but yeah, if you want to go faster, or if you're in a place where highway speed is, yeah, you probably you just won't be feeling comfortable to move with such traffic. That's how I would say. Okay guys, let's take a look at the bike from outside, and I'm not gonna talk here about design, because I think design is very subjective. Some people will like it, some people will hate it. Definitely, if you speak about Suzuki, among their V-Strom lineup, it is something new. Yeah, feels a little bit fresh, feels modern. As per my taste, I would not say I'm excited about this design much, but I'm pretty much sure there will be people who like it. And yeah, what I can say is that all these like plastic elements, what I like in general about Suzuki build quality is that it is actually built to last. That is 100% impression which I get. So it's really, everything is well fitted. There is no any sounds, nothing is moving. Even though some of the plastics are not that much, thick, it's at the right place, and it does not move much, so you don't have any noise. It all brings your feel of quality, to be honest. Quality, I mean, not how fancy it looks. Quality, how well everything is put together, and then how long it can last. So I think over the years you will probably have the same impression. After like 5-7 years, you'll come here, you will touch this plastic, and it will be there. That's the impression which I get. So 19 front, you have Nissan brakes, which I was talking to you about, performing very well. That is their engine, 776 I think cc engine, good one. And here you have extended or remote preload for the rear shock, which is nice, very handy. So whenever you wanna put a passenger on the back, or you wanna load the luggage, you just find your best settings and you go with it. I also like the seat. To be honest, it's really comfortable. Rarely people or myself would find stock seats comfortable on the motorcycles, but this one is really good. And I also like that it's wide, so it's wide for the passenger and it's wide for the rider. In general, actually, sitting position and riding ergonomics are really good, so I cannot complain about it. Honestly speaking, everything looks really good. So here up in the front you have Suzuki TFT screen, which is honestly speaking really good quality, and I'm surprised how sometimes manufacturers, they don't really tell much about it, but then, and you don't really care, but then when you actually see it, you're, oh wow, it's really nice quality, it's easy to read, and all information quite balanced. What I noticed that among Japanese manufacturers, it is quite common thing that instead of put, for instance, if we go here, drive modes, right, it can be street, I don't know, off-road and also rain, for instance. Instead, they put it as A, B, C. Same goes to traction control, same goes to ABS settings. Like what you need to do, you need to learn where you have more interventions, where you have less interventions, and then you kind of remember, oh, okay, so number one is less intervention, number two is more intervention, or vice versa. Depends on what type of setting you need to adjust. So that is kind of one thing which I probably don't like, but overall easy to read, easy to understand the information, and in general the information on this dash is it's all you need. You don't need more, you don't need less, it's all there. So speaking of control elements, very easy on the right side, just start button and hazard lights. One more thing, guys, which I want to show you, because it's quite interesting. I like the small details and small touches which Suzuki did with this motorcycle. For instance, when you want to start this motorcycle, remember, in most cases or on most bikes, when you want to start the engine, you need to push this engine button, like engine start button, and hold it until it starts the bike, right? So how it works here, you only push it and the bike does it for you. Look, you don't hold it. Once again. Amazing. It's such a cool thing. And then you have this menu buttons which you need to operate the screen, and also you have all these turn signals and other buttons for the headlights, for instance. So there is nothing complicated. Everything is so easy to understand. You just get onto the bike and you can start riding immediately. There is not much to learn about it, and that's probably what I like. So yeah, headlight, it's kind of interesting design, but frankly speaking, after Yamaha Matrix headlight, it's really hard to impress myself with anything else. But honestly speaking, it does a decent job. LED turn signals all around the bike, which is also nice. So you can see the bike is quite good. This one is not adjustable, the windshield, but you can buy this kind of extension and you can move it a little bit up and down if you need more wind protection. Depends on your stature and how you find yourself with this bike at higher speeds. But overall, I would say that quality is good. It might not be shiny and fancy looking in some particular areas, but as I said, it is very well put together, and honestly speaking, I am quite impressed what you can get from Suzuki. I think we all want to know how it will do a little bit of gravel or bad roads. Say you're traveling, you saw the route, or maybe Google Maps brought you to the wrong location. So what you're gonna do, you need to go through, right? And that's where you might want to know how this bike might perform on such roads. I mean, which up to my expectation it can handle easily, right? I don't think there should be or can be any problem. Yeah, you can even stand. Yeah, this one is even easier to ride when you go. Even on standard tires, it does look, yeah, it does look good, frankly speaking. And now let's do a little bit of bumpy road. So this section is bumpy. Every bike I bring here, you can feel it's not that much flat, and the goal here is to see how suspension work it out. It is very comfortable. It is very comfortable and it is plush. So on bikes such as probably Tracer 7, it would feel a little bit more sporty, I would say. Whether here it's yeah, even if you need to go the longer time via such roads, you will be fine. So suspension does a good job. First of all, it absorbs all the these potholes and imperfections on the road, but also what it does good, because the bike itself has a little bit of weight, it kind of makes it well planted, so you don't really feel all those bumps. It does a good job. Beautiful autumn, by the way. Oh man, these brakes are good. They're not even Brembo or whatsoever, but they are, I think it's Nissan. They do quite a good job. Yeah. You can actually have fun with this bike on such roads. Man, it's good. It does feel good. Yeah, quick shifter works up and down. Sometimes it's smooth, sometimes you feel it is a little bit jerky, but overall, like on any other motorcycle, it just depends on the RPMs and the moment you shift, because sometimes, as I said, it can be good, sometimes it's not that good, but it does the job. But overall, it's quite smooth experience in terms of quick shifter. Beautiful colors. Amazing, right?
As you saw, it does pretty well on twisties. It does good on local highways. It can do a little bit of gravel without me stressing out. The bike is built to last. It's such good quality, and I'm saying quality in terms of, again, how this all feels. It just feels like a quality product. It feels like a heavy product as well in some way, but that is a quality product.
So the question which is probably left out there is whom this bike is for, right? And what is the application of this motorcycle? This is a bike to travel anywhere. Of course, it's more road-focused motorcycle rather than off-road, and even because of weight, you cannot consider it as a off-road motorcycle. But this bike is amazing to visit places like this, you know, to travel somewhere into unknown where you don't understand, or you don't understand what to expect, and what kind of infrastructure you might have there. So you come to places like this and look, this bike will do everything you need. It can do it all. That's what I can tell you for sure. So yeah, for someone who is looking for affordable, quality build travel motorcycle, literally you cannot go wrong with V-Strom. It just surprising me how sometimes manufacturers, they can create that formula which makes them so different to anything else, even though it plays in the same price niche or even engine size. You get onto it and it feels like you've been riding it forever already. Oh man, that's fun. This is really fun. Okay, I hope it's been helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.